We would begin the program shortly. I request all to switch off your mobiles or keep them in the silent mode. Good morning. I'm Aparna Bhatt, faculty member at TAPME, and I'm truly honored to be your master of ceremonies for this special occasion. Today is a significant milestone as we come together to welcome the third batch of our integrated program in management, the IPM batch of 2025. It's a proud moment for all of us as we formally begin this exciting new chapter in the lives of 64 bright young minds. We are delighted to have with us our esteemed guests, Mr. Arjun Viswanathan, Managing Director, Vast Data, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Vice Chancellor, MAHE Manipal, and Professor P. Giridhar Kini, Registrar of MAHE Manipal. Along with our Director, Professor Rajiv Kumra, we also have with us the faculty and staff of TAPME. A warm welcome also to the proud parents who are with us today. Your presence makes this moment even more meaningful. Let's begin this journey of inspiration, aspiration and transformation together. To begin with, may I request our Director, Professor Rajiv Kumra, to escort the dignitaries to light the lamp and mark the commencement of this momentous ceremony. Thank you, sirs and students. TAPME is one of the constituent units of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, MAHE as it is called, is one of India's leading academic and research institutions. MAHE Anthem presents more about it.
शान्तं भूतं च भव्यं च शमस्तु नः इयं या परमेष्टिनी वाग्देवी ब्रह्म संशिता ययैव ससृजे घोरं तयैव शान्तिरस्तु नः तयैव शान्तिरस्तु नः इदं यत् परमेष्टिनं मनो वा ब्रह्म संशितं येनैव ससृजे घोरं तेनैव शान्तिरस्तु नः तेनैव शान्तिरस्तु नः इमानि यानि पञ्चेन्द्रियाणि मनः षष्ठानि मे हृदि ब्रह्मणा संशितानि यैरेव ससृजे घोरं तैरेव शान्तिरस्तु नः तैरेव शान्तिरस्तु नः पृथिवी शान्तिः अन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः द्यौ शान्तिः आपः शान्तिः ओषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिः विश्वे मे देवा शान्तिः सर्वे मे देवा शान्तिः 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 शान्तिभिः ताभिः शान्तिभिः सर्वः शान्तिभिः शमया मोहं यदिह घोरं यदिह क्रूरं यदिह पापं तच्छान्तं तच्छिवं सर्वमेव शमस्तु नः सर्वमेव शमस्तु नः
It's my honor to introduce Dr. Rajiv Kumra, Director of IPM Management Institute, Manipal, a distinguished academic leader and marketing expert with over 30 years of experience in academia, industry, and consulting. Dr. Kumra has served as Professor of Marketing at IIM Lucknow for over 16 years, where he also held leadership roles as Dean of the Noida campus and Dean of International Relations. He is among the most awarded faculty across IIMs with multiple recognition for teaching excellence. He has taught at prestigious institutions across the US, Europe, and the Middle East, and his research as well as case studies have been featured globally, including at Harvard Business School. A trusted advisor to Fortune 500 companies and government bodies, Dr. Kumra brings a powerful blend of academic rigor and industry insight. Under his thoughtful leadership, TAPME continues to reach new heights. I invite our esteemed director, Professor Rajiv Kumra, to deliver the welcome address and set the tone for this remarkable induction program.
Good morning to all of you, and I welcome you on my own personal behalf, on behalf of TAPME, and on behalf of MAHE. It's my pleasure to invite our IPM batch 2025 to 2030, and let's have a big round of applause for the incoming batch. I must congratulate you on multiple accounts. Number one, you have been very lucky and you have been very good that you have qualified for a prestigious school like TAPME. And our admission chair will share the numbers with you that how tough was the competition. We have chosen out of 3,500 approximate students, 67 students have been selected for this particular batch. This is going to be a transformative journey of 5 years. Before I address you, I would like to also warmly welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Guest of Honor, Registrar Dr. P. Giridhar Kinney, and most importantly, our alum, who's our chief guest today, Mr. Arjun Viswanath. Mr. Arjun Viswanathan happens to be a managing director of Vast Data from a TAPME batch 1999 and 2001. I'm sure he's going to be a role model for you in times to come, and I wish to see many of you becoming a managing director in times to come. But most importantly, I would like to welcome the students of this incoming batch, and I cannot forget the backbone behind you, which is your parents. Let's have a very big round of applause for your parents. I must tell the IPM batch that this is going to be a transformative journey of 5 years for you. And TAPME is known for its academic rigor. TAPME is a school which got established in 1984. So you can imagine how many big alums we have in top positions, which include more than 8,400 alums are working across globe, which include our top developed countries, of course, India, and various type of industries which you can think of, which is the biggest strength which we carry today. We are also known for our academic rigor and discipline, and TAPME has been reaching its height. You're not the first batch of IPM, and you're lucky that you will be almost graduating into a 5-year integrated program, which means your MBA admission is almost guaranteed. This particular journey may be full of anxieties or some kind of pressures, but you have to take it in your stride. And maybe some of you may have come out to your home for the first time. How many of you have left your home for the first time? Well, lovely. So, I'm sure your parents are more anxious than you. But you don't have to worry. You're in a safe hand. This is a very safe environment, and we will take care of you. So, I will address the parents that please do not worry. Your kids are in the safe hand, and they will be a very different person when you'll see them after 5 years. More importantly, I'm very happy to share with you that TAPME is a part of a very big legacy, which is MAHE. MAHE is a global name, and to just put it in perspective, MAHE is number 4th in NRF rank, and it has a very strong brands under its wing. TAPME happens to be just one of it. We have KMC, which is another brand which is 9th ranked in NRF, Dental College, which is number 2 ranked, MIT, and Waksha, and many more. So the point is this, that you have joined a bigger brand, and henceforth you enjoy the infrastructure, the kind of ecosystem which MAHE brings to you. So it is not only TAPME facilities, but you also have an access to various facilities of MAHE. You are lucky that you will be living in a hostel of NIH, which is very near to Marina. I will suggest you that you should not only study, but also develop yourself holistically. In academic rigor, you should be developing not only just bookish knowledge, which you may have been trained in a very different way in your schools. We train it in a very different way. Sorry. We expect you to become a manager. Henceforth, you need to have a holistic development. That means you should have analytical abilities. You should also focus on management skills. You should also attend all type of competitions which come your way. And more importantly, the other holistic developments can happen through sports, extracurricular activity, and co-curricular activity. Just do not restrict yourself to the classrooms, because the learning is not only going to be inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom. This is a residential program, and henceforth the learning has to be transformative outside the classroom as well. That means your hostels is the biggest place where you can learn, because we'll be giving you a lot of assignments and projects to do, which we'll be doing in group work, because we want you to learn how to manage groups and how to lead groups. And that is where you can learn. And more importantly, you're also lucky because you're living in a very good hostel, which is NIH, which is one of the best facilities of MAHE and a showcase facility of MAHE, which also happens to be very near to a place which is called as Marina, which is a sports facility. And I will urge you and suggest you to take up a membership of Marina so that you're holistically developing, because you are going to be here for the 5 years. Let me share one of my personal experience with you. I have taught to almost all IIMs, and that include IIM Indore and IIM Rohtak. And IIM Indore was the first one to start IPM batch, initially very way back, like approximately 2010, if I recall correctly, it started. And it was a very transformative kind of a thing. The then director started it. I was invited to teach multiple batches, but the last which I taught was 2014-15 batch in IPM. That was in their 5th year. And of course, they sit along with the MBA students and cohort. I was initially skeptical, thinking that whether IPM batch is having a having a capability as good as a MBA or not. I can share my personal experience that the kind of class participation which was happening and the kind of marks which they have got. I taught 2 courses there, and in both the courses I was pleasantly surprised to see that the IPM student has stopped and their class participation was outstanding. How do you know? You cannot figure it out whether they are from IPM or from the regular MBA batch. I'm not trying to demean MBA, but I'm trying to tell you what advantage you have. MBA is itself a very good cohort. So the biggest advantage which I realized was this, that how do you realize? You only look at their roll number, then you realize that these are IPM batches versus MBA, otherwise you can't figure it out. So when I looked at the roll numbers, I could figure it out that they're IPM students who are way brighter and way participative in the classrooms. Then I asked the faculty and the coordinator of that particular course that how is this that this IPM batches are outshining compared to the MBA? And he gave a fantastic answer that these MBAs come for 2 years in such a big, beautiful ecosystem and they get an advantage of it. But imagine someone who's here for 5 years, immediately after the class after the school he has joined us. So that is the advantage you have. We'll have a very long 5 years to transform you, and henceforth it is going to be a beautiful journey for you. And I'm sure placement is just a byproduct. You cannot get a placement or you cannot get a desired placement unless you are working on yourself for 5 years. You are no more a student of a school. You are now a graduate. You are a mature person. You have become a now adult. So take a charge of your life. There can be some anxieties I will understand and appreciate because you are leaving your family for the first time. But believe me, you look at the friends which are sitting besides you, they will become your family. And you will have beautiful memories to cherish throughout your life. This is going to be the biggest strength group which you will get in your whole life. Whenever you will have any issues or problems or challenges, this is the group which is going to come first. How can I say this? Because we all have WhatsApp groups now. And if I look at the WhatsApp group which I carry, there's only one WhatsApp group which is the strongest group which I have. And obviously you can make it out. That is my graduate and postgraduate group. And I cherish that the most. And if I have any trouble, this is the group where I first post because I know they are my well-wishers. And we feel so happy seeing each other growing. So this is going to be a beautiful journey for you. Just relax. I can understand you will have some anxieties because you are leaving your parents, but that's what learning is all about. Now I would like to address the parents. I know you being a parent who's leaving your kids for the first time possibly in the hostel, I would like to assure you that it's a very safe environment to start with. We have a best infrastructure and we give a conducive environment for learning. You just relax and be participative with us in the learning of your kids. But having said this, maintain a 1 arm distance, please. Do not interfere in their life, day-to-day life, and do not over micromanage them. You are most welcome to participate with us, write to us, or share your concerns if you have any. But do not micromanage. You will stop the growth of the kid. And when the companies are looking for placements, they are not looking for those who are micromanaged by their parents. They are looking for those who have a holistic personality, and that is only possible when you maintain 1 arm distance from your kid. They are in safe hand. I am again repeating it 3rd time. So just relax. I know as a parent you will have an anxiety because I also have a grown-up kid, and I was also sitting like you when 2 years back, 3 years back when I left my daughter, or even when I left my son for abroad. We do get anxieties, but when I look back, I feel so happy that they're a very different person now. Let them face their own challenges. Let them have their own failures. They will learn from their failures. It is not going to be a smooth journey, but it is going to be a very beautiful journey. And I'm sure you are going to support us and support your kids in the best possible way. I wish you all the best of luck and have a great learning and have a beautiful stay of 5 years here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now to offer us a glimpse into the diversity and promise that define our incoming class, I'm delighted to invite our admissions chair, Professor Vasant Kamath, to the stage.
Thank you. Dignitaries on the dais, my faculty colleagues, uh, staff colleagues, parents, and the new lot of IPM 2025. Welcome to TAPME. My name is Professor Vasant Kamath. I'm the chairperson admissions. I just want to introduce you to yourself, as in your batch profile. Now, before that, let me also tell you that 25 years ago, the year was 2000, right? I was sitting in one of the colleges in Manipal here, Manipal Institute of Technology, as a fresh graduate engineering student. I can understand the kind of butterflies that you're having in your stomach right now, right? So just wanted to tell you, as your super senior here from Manipal, chill. It's going to be a smooth walk in the park, and I'm sure you people will enjoy this 5 years of your transformative career. Anyways, to start off with, I would want to introduce my team who have been the backbone for all this admissions process. To start off with Captain Dwarika Tiwari. Then I have Mr. Naveen Yalamalli, Ms. Surabhi Tripathi, with whom I believe most of the parents and the applicants were in connect with, because she was the SPOC for the undergraduate admissions. Jyoti, Charlotte, and Reena, they are the backbone of our admissions team. And this is the entire team of admissions that manages both UG and PG for TAPME. And I'm very proud to have them as my colleagues who, just make this work like clockwork. To just give you a glimpse of how the progression has been, this is the third batch of IPM. You see, we started off in 2023 with 1,652 applications, which has gone up to 3,511 applications this year. 2,095 interviews and 62 plus 2, that is 64 admits as of now. To just give you a brief of your profile, gender diversity, you can see we have a very adequate mix of the male and female gender, 50.8 and 49.2. The average age, of course, this is a very young batch, 17.90 is your average age. The geographical diversity, we have representation from 16 states, of which 70% come from Karnataka, UP, Maharashtra, Kerala, Telangana, and Delhi, right? When it comes to your academic diversity, if I look at the year of graduation, that year of passing 12th, 22 of the students have been, have completed their 12th in 2024 and 40 in 2025, coming from these boards respectively, right? We'll see that majority of them are from CBSE, 13 from state boards, 1 from British examination bodies, and likewise. Also, you see, now comes the competition part, right? Out of the 62 data points that I had, 40 were above 90 in 10th and 42 were above 90 in 12th. That means, this is a very cream of the lot, and you are in for a very stiff competition. So buckle up. So with this data set, I just want to hand over this new batch to the undergraduate programs chair. And before I do, I will, be missing if I don't acknowledge the contributions and the support that I have received from, the MAHE senior leadership, that is the Vice Chancellor, PVC, MLHS, the Registrar MAHE, the Director and Director's Office, the Dean Administration, Associate Dean Administration, and the admin team. Of course, the UG Program Chair and the Co-Chairperson, the UG Program Team, the branding team, the chairperson and the co-chairperson, the IT team, and all my faculty and staff colleagues within TAPME and MAHE, right? Welcome on board, guys, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Vasant, for that very interesting statistics. We are deeply honored to have with us today Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, the 7th Vice Chancellor of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, to deliver the inaugural address. An accomplished ENT surgeon and distinguished academic, Dr. Venkatesh served the Armed Forces Medical Services for 38 years, holding top positions such as Dean of AFMC Pune and Deputy Director General of Medical Services. His expertise extends across medical education, research, and healthcare policy, with national-level contributions to MCI, NBE, ICMR, and DRDO. recipient of the prestigious Vishish Seva Medal from the President of India and twice commended by the Chief of Army Staff, he is also the co-chair for higher education at FICCI. As Vice Chancellor, he leads MAHE with a visionary focus on excellence in health sciences, engineering, humanities, and innovation. I request Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh to deliver the inaugural address.
Very good morning and warm greetings to all of you present here today. Mr. Arjun Viswanathan, Dr. Kinney, Professor Rajiv Kumra, deans, faculty members of TAPME, university officials, and the most important people in today's gathering, the new batch of students for IPM 25 and their proud parents. It's a matter of privilege for me to be here today. And I deem it a very important function that I'm doing today at the inaugural ceremony of IPM 2025. A very important and flagship program of the university being delivered at TAPME. Professor Kumra has given you the genesis of IPM programs across the country. And TAPME was amongst the first ones outside of Indian Institute of Management, Indore, Rohtak, to offer this program. Today, this is literally offered across most IIMs and also in many of the prestigious institutions and universities. What distinguishes IPM program of TAPME from others is that you are part of one of the India's largest multidisciplinary university and the best multidisciplinary university. Not because I am saying it, because the rest of the world is saying it. And today also, let me give you some statistics were provided. I'll give you some more statistics about why being part of TAPME and being part of MAHE is important for your progression, both academically and as a human being, and for your transformative journey. 5 years, you are from a raw talent coming after passing 12th class. By the time you leave this institution, you will be the most sought after management graduate, not only within the country, but across the globe. Believe in me, this transformation is definite. Why I'm saying this is, 62 of you are not the only batch of students who got admission to MAHE this year. 13,150 new students have joined our campus-based programs. 1,000 PhD scholars have joined our campus this year. And more than 7,000 online learners are going to join this program this year, in this academic year 25-26. In effect, MAHE, in its campuses in Manipal, Mangalore, Bangalore, Jamshedpur, and Dubai, will be home for 21,000 new learners. It's a stupendous figure. And please add more than 3,700 faculty and 15,000 technical and non-teaching staff. You really are in India's largest multidisciplinary university. Why is it important? Professor Kumra has made it very clear in his speech that gone are the days when standalone institutions were flourishing. They're still flourishing, but then the concept of higher education has changed from unidisciplinary education to multidisciplinary holistic learning. You look at the national education policy and national education policies across the globe, everybody is talking about multidisciplinary education. Everybody is talking about holistic education. Everybody is talking about diversity in education. Everybody is talking about how just not the student, the faculty, the peer learning, and the university support system enables a student to reach its fullest potential. More than anything else, today the entire world has become small. Boundaries have shrunk. So any education in a university that enables you to become a global citizen is what is required. You should never be seen as, what am I doing my education for? Getting a graduation degree is one part of it, very small part of it. How do you evolve from a young adolescent getting out from school into a confident professional at the end of 5 years, in this case, the IPM students, is something that needs to be looked at in a different prism. Therefore, that requires imagination, that requires commitment, that requires a very, very involved university education system, more than anything else, a very, very, supportive ecosystem for you to realize your fullest potential. I'm very happy to state that you have all these ingredients in one place at TAPME and MAHE. Extend a very, very warm welcome to all of you. Congratulate all of you for securing admission with a very rigorous admission process, with a demand ratio which is staggering from seat availability to the number of applicants. And to the parents, congratulations for choosing MAHE and TAPME as destination of higher learning for your child, and be rest assured that you have made the right choice. To you students, education is just not about being the best student in your class. It's about making best use of the resources that are available to evolve into a very, very progressive global citizen. This is where your faculty will play a role, your peers will play a role. The group that you are, the 62 of you, you will be with each other, you will be supporting each other, helping each other to learn and evolve together. Perhaps a little jealousy here, little support there, but then the batch will remain the batch. You will be the biggest bond between all of you would be that oneness that you will feel when you share this journey over the last 5 years, next 5 years. And add to it a very vibrant campus. You'll not only be doing humanities and management studies, you'll be rubbing shoulders with medical students, nursing students, dental students, humanities students, pharmacy, allied health, culinary studies, technology, sports medicine. You name it, every discipline is represented here, and you have opportunity to do electives from all of these and more. It's just not about studies, it's also about recognizing your own inner talent, awakening your inner talent, looking at life in a different perspective. You may have a talent as a musician in you, and MAHE provides you that opportunity to pursue it. You may be talent looking at some dance forms, including Yakshagana. We have opportunities for you. You may be looking at indulging in some sporting excellence. We have the world-class sporting facility to support you. You may be looking at international exposure at as early as your undergraduate years, year 1, 2, 3, and 4. MAHE will provide you that international experience, because we have students who are coming from 60 different countries who are going to be residing on campus. So there's a cultural immersion that happens, is something unbelievable. Most of the things will change you internally even without you knowing it. This is the beauty of staying in a multidisciplinary campus. So make the best use of it. And something else I would like to stress, which I'm very fond of, Professor Rajiv Kumra always telling me I only speak of research whenever I speak. I always do, because research is one that's going to make a difference, that's going to solve problems, not only for you, for the entire world. And MAHE is perhaps India's largest research-focused university. And we are transforming ourselves. We are not transforming students, we are also transforming ourselves in our approach to higher education, in our approach to enabling our students to get a more meaningful outcome of their study period that they spend at the university. And more than anything else, you have committed faculty who are going to be with you, not necessarily disciplining you, but mentoring you, supporting you, filling that short gap that you will feel when you're away from your parents. You will find parents within campus, many, many parents will be as concerned as your parents are. Therefore, it's the best place to be. You will find the best in the class student experience at MAHE, I assure you. Because we never compromise. be it being in infrastructure, be it being student support systems, be it being faculty, quality, and all the rest of the things that I mentioned. And more importantly, even as young as you are, 17 years, 9 months average age, I would want you people to look at world in a different way. Look at having a focus on problem solving, looking at problems in multiple perspectives, jointly solving problems. Therefore, research is a very key, and MAHE has one of the most strongest research supportive policies, not necessarily only to its faculty and researchers, but also to you, undergraduate students. You will be incentivized for any research that you do. Any publication that you do will be incentivized. And more than anything else, the ecosystem at MAHE, sitting in your classroom or wherever you are, with just your learner ID, you will be able to access any resource that is available in the world by the click of your mouse. Journals, e-books, and database services, anything that education institution can imagine is available for you here. We spend more than 360 crore rupees on research support services. And TAPME is also excelling in highest quality of research in management education, economics, and humanities. So it's a very fertile place to be. Don't think research is only for great people who are in their mid-40s who will publish papers. No. Transformative research can only happen when a younger mind applies its mind, because you are the ones who are looking world at a different perspective. Therefore, look at any problem as a potential for publication or an IPR. That's the way you will progress. And again, make the best use of the multidisciplinarity, great campus life. TAPME is perhaps one of the greenest campuses that you can imagine, and more greenery is coming up. The buildings are all harmonious with nature, and MAHE believes in sustainability. All of you youngsters must be looking at sustainability, clean energy, environment, carbon footprint. You'll find that MAHE leads in all these things. We are the greenest university in the entire country. We are ranked 121 globally in sustainability. And we are ranked number 11 in gender equity in the world, not necessarily only in the student demography, but our faculty, more than 46% of our faculty are women. More than 64% of our non-teaching staff are women. And we believe in clean energy. 80% of energy that we consume across campuses comes from a green source. It's from a renewable energy. Every single drop of water is recycled. So this is our commitment to environment, this is our commitment to sustainability, and you will be part of this journey towards making this world a better place to live. To the parents, again stressing on what Professor Kumra mentioned, it's important to stay connected to the child, but don't be overarching that looking at what are you doing. Allow your child to open up, to mingle with people, to look at him in a different perspective, internally and externally, and rest assured that your child is safe, but yet we need your involvement. Be connected with the mentors of your child, the faculty mentors, and your child, not necessarily 5 times in a day, but definitely few times in a week. And also to the students, now that you found independence from being a school child to a student in a university, it's a transformation. With that brings you responsibilities. Your independence also brings you a lot of responsibility to yourself, to your parents, to your friends, to your faculty, and therefore stay away from distractions. There are plenty of them, I must tell you. Any university in the world, if it says that there are no distractions in university, they are lying, and we are not lying. There would be distractions, but stay away from distractions. That's where your strength of mind comes into play. And to the parents, look forward to small little changes that may give an indication as to is everything right with my child. And we are all there, but then the mother's instincts are that much stronger. Therefore, we would want your help in recognizing and supporting and ensuring that child remains safe, child has the best quality education, the best quality campus life, and be ready in a transformed way to be a global citizen by the time you leave. TAPME has got a tradition and a history. And of course, you will see that TAPME's alumni are dotting the world, occupying very important, very senior positions in industry, in corporate world, in public life. So they are making a difference to the world. And I'm sure all of you, when you get out from here, will add on to those attributes and build a better world for all of us to live. So make the best use of your 5 years life. More importantly, I will tell you 4 important things in education. It's from a Sanskrit Subhashita. I won't recite it now. It says that 25% of the education will come from your teachers. 25%. 25% you will acquire out of your own intelligence. 25% of the learning happens because of peer learning from your friends in your classroom. And the rest 25% is lifelong learning. You will have to keep learning till you are there on this earth. Therefore, inculcate the habit of continuous learning, lifelong learning. World is evolving. What is true today may not be true tomorrow, but you must be alive to the fact that things will change tomorrow. And that's where you are ready for the world and ready for the future. To all 62 of you, great to have you on campus, being part of the Mahe family, to the parents and to the students. From today onwards, TAPME, Mahe and you are bound for life. Nothing can do us apart. So make the best use of all our attributes to shape your future and to make a big difference to the entire world. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for the panoramic view of where our present students are placed in the Mahe environment. It's my privilege to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. P. Giridhar Kini, a distinguished academic and administrator with over 2 decades of service at Manipal Academy of Higher Education. He began his career in 1999 at his alma mater, MIT Manipal, and has since served in diverse academic and administrative roles across MIT, Mahe, and Manipal University, Jaipur, where as head of Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department, he was instrumental in setting up advanced UG and PG laboratories. As Associate Director for Industrial Liaison, Placement and Practice School, he built strong industry connections that attracted more Fortune 500 companies to MIT for internships and placements. Later, as Director of Admissions, he ensured a seamless admission process even during the challenging pandemic years. A prolific researcher, Dr. Giridhar has over 15 publications, including 3 in IEEE, and has guided doctoral research. May I now invite Dr. P. Giridhar Kini to address the gathering.
Thank you. Dignitaries on the dais, faculty members, staff, university officials, most importantly, the new batch of 2025 and the parents. A very good morning to all of you from Manipal Academy of Higher Education, an institution of eminence deemed to be university. Dear students, first of all, congratulations on your performance in your board exams, as well as the qualifying process for the IPM program. As you have seen with the numbers which have been provided, you have really excelled, not just in terms of your the board exams, but also in terms of your the interview process. So if you are the best amongst the best that we have on campus. Having said that, look for opportunities to excel and compete amongst yourself in a very healthy environment. To the parents, thank you for the trust in brand Manipal, and also an opportunity to be a small component of a partnership in your child's progress. We are very sure that we will exceed your expectations. As seniors, alums, it's our duty to guide our juniors. So the first thing probably I would like to say is all of you have been really supported, guided by your parents right from 6 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. in the night. I could see a little bit of smiles around, so it's okay, let it out, no problem. But now is the time to take control of your life. Having said that, it's a huge responsibility. So be your own parent. Now many of you are stepping out of the house for the first time. So this basically should the opportunity for you to provide that confidence to your parents that you can handle things on your own. Not just the small issues which will come up. Hot water not there in the hostel. It is already raining all the time. I'm having a headache today. No mood to go to class. These are some things normal. We have all been students at some point in life and we have all gone through this. So no worries. These things are normal. Okay? But there are certain things you must keep in mind. And I'm sure many parents and all of us in this room will agree that we'll always get into problem with two numbers, 75 and 35. 75% is the minimum attendance required in order to be eligible for the end semester examination. If there is a difference in number, please correct me. I stand corrected. So now you know.
We have 85, sir.
Huh?
Correct. We have
85. So, okay, the bar is raised. So I hope the parents are very clear on this. 85. 35 is the minimum required to pass. Correct? 40. So let's raise the bar. 50. Okay. Parents. But this is at this level on a university campus. But if you talk to your parents on the other side of the room, when you get into the professional world, that 75 becomes 100, 85 becomes 100, and your 50 will become 200, in a way that you are expected to put 100% of your attendance in the workplace environment and 200% of effort. So this transition from 85 to 100 and 50 to 200 will not happen overnight. So you need to put in that consistency. And consistency again does not happen just because you want it to be. You have to put in that effort. You have to be disciplined in life. And, it's not going to be easy. So this journey is going to prepare you for the next 40 years of your working life. Keep that in mind. So it's just not that I'm going to stay and tap me for 5 years or 4 years or 3.5, 4.5, whatever it may be. But you are preparing yourself for the next 40 years, 40 plus 5, 45 years of your academic and professional life. So this journey is not going to be easy, but the next 5 years is going to be the foundation for the next 40 years. So if you treat it that way, be consistent in life, whatever you do, because consistency will beat intensity at any point in time on every given day. So this is all the numbers revolve around these two. Now, as you progress, our Vice Chancellor has already pointed out, research is something which is very important. So I would like all of you to first settle down, maybe a year and a half, and then see whether you can tag along with your seniors in the MBA program and along with the faculty who are doing research in various parts of the domains. this is going to help you widen your horizon, look at problem statements in different ways, and life is going to be all about problem solving. So develop that capability to solve problems rather than simply look at problems as a challenge. Look for problems as an opportunity to come up with a solution. Of course, in addition to that, there are certain things which will always be part of our life, the numbers. What time is the class start? There will be a lot of similarities with your academic as well as your professional environment. What time are my class start? Your meetings tomorrow? When is the your food court timings? Work backwards. What time should I get up in the morning? Your parents are doing it for you, now you have to do it for yourself. So that's what I mean. It's going to be a fun-filled journey. Be your own parent. And as I said, plan your activities through the day. And these are some of the things, though the next 2 to 3 days we'll all be speaking. But remember, if you are given the opportunity to speak next year to your junior batch, you will also be speaking the same thing. Okay. So listen to what all of us say, mix and match, and be prepared for the next year when your juniors come. You also have to give the same gyan, 85 and 50. Okay. So, but as you progress in life, the most important thing is to do the basics right. And when we say the basics, we need to understand, we need to read, we need to listen, and we need to write. So don't let PPTs rule your life. And don't let videos rule your life. Get back to the basics, the books, the writing, the reading, the focus. And that should really help you get through the next 5 years very easily. So in conclusion, once again, congratulating all of you for competing well enough and getting to be that select few who have taken admission. Welcome to the Manipal family. Wishing you all the best. Dear parents, reassuring you all, we will exceed your expectations. And thank you once again for the opportunity to be a part of your success. It's going to be a lifelong journey, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be not challenging. There will be a lot of opportunities to improve. Thank you once again for the all, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, sir, for those important pointers on attendance and studies. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with immense pride that we welcome back one of TAPMI's finest from the batch 1999-2001, Mr. Arjun Viswanathan, Managing Director, Vast Data, our chief guest. I now request Chairperson Alumni Relations Committee, Professor Arunima, to introduce the chief guest to us.
Thank you, Professor Aparna. Good morning, everyone. Let me begin by wishing each one of you a very happy Raksha Bandhan. This festival celebrates bonds of love, trust, and protection. And as you begin your academic journey, may you also build lifelong bonds with your peers, mentors, and this institution. Respected Vice Chancellor of MAHE, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, respected Registrar of MAHE, Dr. Giridhar Pikini, esteemed Director of TAPMI, Professor Rajiv Kumra, respected faculty members and staff of TAPMI, and most importantly, our newest TAPMians, the Integrated Program in Management batch of 2025-2030, and their ever supportive parents. This day marks the beginning of a transformative journey, one that blends knowledge, leadership, values, and aspirations. To mark this occasion, we are delighted to introduce someone who once sat in a TAPMI classroom like you, and who has gone on to leave a significant mark on the global technology and business landscape. Mr. Arjun Viswanathan, a distinguished alumnus from the 1999-2001 batch of TAPMI. Mr. Arjun is currently the Managing Director, Global Partnership and Alliances at Vast Data, a company that is helping organizations across the world scale intelligent applications through its cutting-edge operating systems for AI. Vast Data was recently ranked 7 on Forbes' list of America's best startup employers for 2024 and proudly number 1 among all the technology companies. And that speaks about the space Mr. Arjun operates in. With MBA in Marketing and Sales major, Mr. Arjun brings with him over 20 years of global experience in sales management, partner development, marketing and branding, having worked with industry giants like Wipro Technologies and Dell Technologies. At Wipro, Arjun held diverse leadership roles from marketing manager to director of client engagement and ever heading media relations for the company, serving clients across the US and Canada in the telecom and technology domains. He then went on to spend more than a decade at Dell Technologies, where he led as Senior Director, Global Strategic Alliances. Today, at Vast Data, Arjun leads the charge in expanding and managing the company's global partner ecosystem, a role that puts him at the heart of AI transformation worldwide. Arjun is widely respected for his strategic vision, cross-functional leadership, and deep commitment to building meaningful partnership across global technology ecosystems. And he lives in Bangalore with his wife Radhika and 2 boys, Ahan and Ved. And something very interesting that I would like to share is that Arjun comes from a proud TAPME family. His elder brother, Mr. Siddharth Viswanathan, who is known as Sid Nair, is also a TAPME alumnus from the batch of 1993-95. And he currently serves as a cloud growth lead for Accenture in America, based in Dallas, Texas. 2 brothers, 2 TAPMEans, 2 remarkable global journeys, each rooted in the same foundation that you are stepping into today. Their journey reminds us that TAPME doesn't just prepare students for careers, it prepares them to lead, to adapt, and to make an impact on a global stage. So dear students, as you begin your journey here, let this be your inspiration, and the seeds you plant here today can grow into stories of influence, legacy, and leadership. With great pride, I now invite Mr. Arjun Viswanathan to share his insights with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Arunima. I don't imagine, most of the stuff you said, whether it was true or not, but I'll take it. My brother, he's a bit of a show-off, right? So the first thing I should let you all know, because you made that reference, I can see Parimla ma'am sitting right in the corner. She actually liked my brother much more than me. So let's get that out in the open as well. But the truth is, he's never been invited to TAPME since he passed out, right? So clearly I'm the better version, right? So, and thanks. But, I just had one thing in my head, which is wow, right? Just wow, seeing all of you here. I have a 17-year-old boy, my older guy, right? Who's probably just a little younger than all of you. So I ran some of the thoughts that I probably had planned today with him. And I thought it made sense, right? Because I was, talking to some of you as well, same age group. He just made one remark. He read it, actually, which I was very happy about. He said, I hope you don't put that entire group to sleep, right? So I'm hoping, I hope you're all going to be with me today. Stay engaged, right? Or at least, fake it, right? Just make it look like, whatever I'm going to say is of some interest to all of you. But again, I'm happy to be here. And, parents, I must tell you one thing. I see so many of you here, which itself is like, very, very inspiring. And, your kids should actually, take a leaf out of that. When I came here in 1999, all my folks did were, they sent me with a mattress. I was just telling someone here before this. Our hostels back then didn't even have mattresses, right? So we were told, here's your mattress. We had one big suitcase, none of those fancy ones with the wheels and all that, right? This is the stuff that you had to carry. And we ended up here, right? And you probably saw your parents once in 3 months or once in 6 months. So all of you, that have made this trip here, this trek here, Thank you for that. I think this is where you also hand them over to the team out here, and I think they're all going to be in very, very safe hands. So where do I start, right? I think I've always had this really special connection with Manipal, and TAP me in particular. And standing here, today in front of all of you, I just can't think of, just probably one or many other things of where it all began. TAP me was just not a chapter in my story. It was really my launch pad, right? And when I kind of look back at the journey, this place really set everything in motion. Coming back here always feels a little surreal, and it's like stepping into a memory that I always think is very much alive. So good morning, class of 2030. Again, like I said, it's an absolute honor, and honestly a bit of a surprise, that I'm here standing here before you. A few years ago, I actually addressed the MBA batch. I still remember that morning, rainy morning, just like Manipal always is. I spoke to a bunch of, I think it was a much larger gathering, and they were all bright-eyed, wondering, why they were here, all the same aspirations that most of you had. At that time, I honestly didn't expect to be invited back again, right? And I say this because, why again, right? And maybe I said something mildly useful, or TAP me just ran out of options. Either way, I'm very, very grateful. So thank you again, Dr. Kumra, Dr. Kinney, Dr. Venkatesh. Your words, I'm sure, mean a ton to everyone here. I'm going to try and just, be myself, be what you probably want to hear from me, and hopefully, this is of interest to you. Now, if there's one thing about, aspiring MBA students, it's that you didn't get here by chance, right? You chose a path that's less linear, it's more demanding, and often involves a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of, deadlines that are probably disguised as case studies, and it really requires a lot of rigor. And what it means is this is a path that you've all chosen. It needs clarity, it needs courage, and above all, a lot of patience. And I think 5 years will help you decide a lot of that. Now, if you already have all of these three, I think it's time you can all zone off, right? There's nothing that I can really offer to you. But for the rest of us who've tripped, who've fallen, and occasionally picked the wrong elective, welcome to the real journey. Now, all of you have probably chosen different paths, to get here, right? Which I guess all of us do. Some of it probably was on the basis of some very careful planning, some because of fate, some because of family pressures, or maybe just an algorithm on, makingmoremoney.com. Now, don't go check that website. There's no such website. I mean, if there is, there might be, but I'm sure it's not going to help you much. And some, let's just be honest. You can't get a better campus than what you have out here, right? I mean, I actually never studied at this campus, right? We had a different campus down the road in the heart of Manipal. But each time you see this beautiful place, if it doesn't inspire you, then nothing will. So again, just going back in time, the last time I, stood here was in 2022. The world was a very different place. We were just coming out of, the pandemic, which I'm sure most of us don't want to remember. But it was also a time when, we questioned every cough, right? Every breath we took, and whether we were really, using our time wisely. And then, as things evolved, technology evolved. It was evolving at a faster pace than you could spell blockchain. And the job market was also beginning to change dramatically, right? It was almost like a game of musical chairs, except that there were, fewer chairs and more resumes, right? So clearly the world has dramatically changed, right? And I'm not going to mention that two-letter abbreviated word that everyone's talking about because I promised myself I wasn't going to. But again, I'm not here to be a harbinger of doom, right? That's clearly not my intent. I promise not to be that person. I was supposed to be positive, try to give you all, hope and vision and everything else. But I'm here to say that, the world you're stepping into is extremely intense. It's unpredictable, And most importantly, it's very unfair at times, right? But it's also full of opportunity. And this is what rewards all of you, because what you really need to showcase is your intelligence, your resilience, your self-awareness, and most importantly, the ability to laugh, right? However tough the situation might be, make sure you see some humor in all of that. And that's what people really look out for. So as you prepare to head out into this dazzling chaos that we call the real world, I'd like to leave you with a few thoughts. I call them, they're not commandments. You may just tend to ignore whatever I say. But it's coming from someone who's probably seen enough roadblocks, enough bottlenecks, fallen down enough, and hopefully, I've learned from all of that. So first off, be honest with yourself. Right? Now you might say, oh, wow, this is interesting. I mean, easy to say, sounds very simple, but it's probably one of the hardest things that you can actually ever do. It's far easier to polish your resume than your character. Self-honesty means recognizing what excites you, what drains you, and what you're doing just because LinkedIn says, it's the right thing to do. The sooner you learn to stop performing and start aligning with what you truly believe in, the freer you become. So make sure you ponder upon that. Second, is something which I think some of the other speakers touched upon, but I'd really like you to pay some attention to. It's helped me a lot over the last few years. Now, some of you might say, hey, I'm just starting this thing off, so why does it really matter? But take care of your mental health. I think it's your most precious asset. And I say this because you're all kind of transitioning from leading a very sheltered life to one where you'll have to take your own decisions. So we've all been conditioned to chase productivity, performance, and that elusive next big thing. But if your mind is exhausted, if you're unhappy, if it's empty, no promotion or IPO is really going to make much of a difference. So normalize rest, normalize therapy. I know it's a bad word. But when you need help, seek help. And normalize saying, I'm not okay right now. Your mental fitness is not a weakness to overcome, it's really your foundation. Third, I've just got 2 more things to say, so don't worry, it's not a very long list. Read things that challenge you. Again, there was a remark here made about all the content that's available here to you. So make use of that. Read things that comfort you. Read things that question your assumptions, right? In a world where we're all addicted to scrolls and swipes and probably 3 seconds of attention at best, your ability to sit down with a book or just a long article is really a quiet act of rebellion and one of growth. So don't just read again. What's important is interpret, right? I think that's what's going to differentiate you. Whether it's an annual report or just a poem, meaning often lies in the subtext. Fourth, never stop learning. I think you'll be reminded of that a million times out here. But what I want to tell you here is not about learning things that you learn from books or research papers, but learn about people, right? You come here really to master frameworks and strategies. But as you step into the outside world, into leadership roles, the business is all ultimately about people. Their trust, their aspirations. So invest in empathy. Invest to be a better listener than someone who speaks, right? And ultimately, that's going to define how successful you are as you get out there in the world. And finally, learn to look forward, which I think, again, is what you're all here for. But very often look into the rearview mirror. I think that is a critical part of how we kind of, morph ourselves into more successful human beings. It reminds us of how far we've come, the people who've helped us along the way, the lessons that we're here really to learn, right? Looking back keeps you grounded, looking ahead keeps you going. And somewhere in the balance, you find your own version of success. So as you leave this place with your degrees, your dreams, and probably a WhatsApp group, which again, you made a reference to, that'll probably never die. Remember this. Be brave enough to take the leap, but be meticulous enough to see where you're landing. Courage without thought is chaos. Planning without heart is paralysis. The real magic is really that sweet spot, where your boldness is backed by clarity and your risks are taken with intention. I know it sounds like some really, really big words that I've put together. Hopefully it resonates with you, because like I said, it's important where you charter your journey and decide where you want to go to. You don't really need to have all this figured out. I probably still don't, right? There are days, there are weeks where I get up questioning myself, saying, what am I doing? None of us really do. But if you stay honest with yourself, protect your peace, keep learning, and keep moving forward without forgetting where you started, then I promise you're doing far, far better than where you think you are. So finally, again, congratulations again, class of 2030. I know it's a long journey, but you're here, and I'm sure you're all going to do extremely well. Go out there, mess up gloriously, recover gracefully, and most importantly, live a meaningful life. Thank you once again for having me here. All the best.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arjun. And thank you for addressing our students with your experiences, the 5 pointers. Be honest with yourself, take care of your mental health, read things that challenge you, never stop learning, and be brave enough to take the leap, but see where you land. And I assure you, we did not have to fake interest. Before we move on, we wish to thank our chief guest for being with us today. May I invite our director, Dr. Rajiv Kumra, to present the memento to Mr. Arjun Viswanathan. Thank you, sirs. I would also like Dr. Kumra to kindly present the memento as a token of our appreciation to the VC, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh. And now to the Registrar, Dr. P. Giridhar Kini. Thank you so much, sirs. As we approach the end of this wonderful gathering, it's time to express our gratitude to all who have been instrumental in making today's events go smoothly. I would like to invite the co-chair of the undergraduate program, Professor Ritu Gupta, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks today. An event of this extent is not possible without the efforts and support of number of people. Therefore, it is important to thank everybody who made this special day possible. At the outset, I thank our chief guest, Mr. Arjun Viswanathan, Managing Director, Vast Data, for his present inspiring address. The path of progress of any organization is driven by leaders who envision a great future and work tirelessly towards it. We thank Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Vice Chancellor of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, for presiding over the session. We also thank Registrar of MAHE, Dr. P. Giridhar Kini, for gracing the occasion as guest of honor. We would like to extend our gratitude to Dr. Ramdas M. Pai, Chancellor MAHE, Dr. Ranjan Pai, President MAHE, Dr. H.S. Ballal, Pro Vice Chancellor MAHE, and other governing council members of MAHE for their guidance and support, which has enabled all of us to perform better every day. We thank Pro Vice Chancellors of MAHE and Dr. Madhu V. Raghavan, Pro Vice Chancellor of MLHS, and MAHE Bangalore for his constant support. Sincere thanks to Director TAPME, Dr. Rajiv Kumra sir, for his constant guidance support. We appreciate and express our gratitude to our parents and the family for trusting TAPME and taking out time to be here with us today. We wish you a pleasant stay in Manipal. A special thank you to all my faculty colleagues for being part of the induction process and providing the constant support. The support staff at TAPME is the reason for the relentless services that we receive at TAPME. Our heartfelt thanks to all staff members of TAPME for their unparalleled commitment and support. A special mention to the staff of Program Office, Director Office, Assistant and Logistic, IT, Branding and PR, Accounts team and Admissions team. Heartfelt thanks to all the officials and administrative staff of MAHE as well for their support. A special mention, Director General Services, Director Media and PR, Director IT and Digital, Director Finance, Director Purchase, and their respective teams of their excellent support. Sincere thanks to Dean Academics, Dean Admin, and Associate Dean Admin for their kindness, constant guidance, and support. A big thank you to the Chairperson of Admissions for working tirelessly and with unwavering dedication to ensure a smooth and successful admission process. An appreciative thank you to all the hostel warden for the constant support and care in creating a safe and welcoming environment for our students. A special word of appreciation goes to our friends and supporters from the media also. A special thanks to the Alumni Relations Committee and Student Executive Committee, Literary and Media Committee, and Welfare Committees for helping us with the arrangements. Our heartfelt thank you to the Professor Aparna Bhatt ma'am for hosting the event. Last but not the least, a very big thank you to all the incoming IPM batch for becoming a part of TAPME family. Once again, the congratulations to all of you for making it to TAPME and wish you all the very best and wonderful stay here in Manipal. So all the best and thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Professor Ritu. We have come to the end of the first part of the induction program. We now break for lunch and come back for the afternoon session sharp at 1:30. I request all to enjoy lunch, which is served just outside the reception in the upper ground floor. Thank you so much.
How are you?